hate this room. It's best to use the hover boots here. I don't think you can make that jump otherwise. And this is where it gets a bit, how'd you say, frustrating. Because there's this rupee on the other side that's the hardest to get in the room. And so if you get all the other rupees, and then you come back to get this rupee, you're kind of screwed. Because you'll miss it, and then you gotta start all over. But here we go. You step on this, it extinguishes the fire. Whoa! Goodness. Oh, that's the one. I forgot where I was going. I blame society. Oh, yes. Okay, no, I got turned around. My bad. There's a key up here to tempt you, but don't get it. There's not time. You'll have to come back. You can also use that hookshot target up there. Whew, made it. That should reignite any second. Yeah. It's probably better to use the target though, because if you use this torch, then you kind of take a step in the wrong direction, you gotta start over. Hiya! You notice the doors kind of look like a lion's mouth, which is cool. Underwater gems. Is that code or something? You know, well, I've had audio problems throughout this thing, and I gotta kind of run it through a filter because my equipment's old and crappy. Sometimes you'll hear me clicking away on the buttons. That's what that is. You can put on your blue tunic, but you don't have to, because you got plenty of time, unless you're dinking around down here. First order of business is probably to kill all these clam blades. Clam blades? Shell blades. That was close. Where the arrows gonna be? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah, delayed. Open up and say ah. Ah. So technically he's going backwards. He spins around and he attacks me with the spikes on his back. Go figure that one. You have two options here. Let's see. That might just do me. You can take the boots off and then put them back on, and take the boots off and then put them back on, and take the boots off and then put them back on. And kind of swim around like that. There's a current in this room, so it's a lot of doing. Or you can use the hookshot targets, which is also frustrating, because you miss them. Let's just start with that one, eh? Or not. Or skip it. Your choice. I'd also like to point out there are no ads on my videos. One of these guys I saw had ads plastered all over the stupid thing. It kind of frustrated me because you couldn't even see his whole title because there was an ad over it. And you couldn't watch his stupid video without 15 seconds of an ad loading, then you click skip this ad. Then you gotta wait through another 30 seconds of this intro he made that was kind of dumb. Ah. Usually I don't miss those. So, this is ad-free because I love you. Oh, alright, I'll put on the blue tunic. God, make a liar out of me. How much time you have depends on how many hearts you happen to have, and since I've got 4.5 missing, I think it's 5 or 8 seconds per heart. You get caught in the current of this room. The only way to get this one really is to take your boots off and float around. Ads, they're so stupid. You know how it works? They show you an ad for Listerine or deodorant or something stupid like that, and if you buy something directly off of that ad, after clicking that ad, you go straight to their site from that link and you buy yourself whatever it is, you get like 2% of that, which I think averages out to about like 19 cents a year. This is a sneak peek into the maze in the center of this thing. Ooh, cool, that gives me full bomb shoes. This is the right side of it. If you go straight from the entrance through that lion's mouth, you get to this side. Into this maze that's kind of in the middle. And you need all these keys to unlock the doors. Hup, hup, cunt, shit, zoot, chip! Lion's mouth, that's so cool. You know, speaking of, it reminds me of the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. It's one of my favorite casinos because I love lions. Because I'm cool like that. Originally, the MGM Grand had a big lion's head that you could go through to the entrance to the casino. It's the MGM Grand. That's kind of the symbol for Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Film Company, is the lion. It's always roaring at the beginning of the thing. But a lot of the Asian high rollers didn't like walking through a lion's mouth to get to the casino, because I guess in Japanese or Chinese culture, it's considered bad luck to kind of walk into the belly of the beast. So instead they replaced it with a big golden lion statue, which I still think is kind of cool. It's on the corner of Tropicana and the Strip. I used to live in Las Vegas, by the way. Anyway. Yeah, you go. Same deal here. You came in this carpeted area or whatever, so just go out the other door. If you want to get those hearts like I did, and you don't have to, but if you want to, you can go ahead and get those. The way to do it is to walk as carefully as you can along the perimeter and kind of sneak the best you can along the pillars, but it's really not worth it. It's just a couple of hearts. I mean, if you're following this walkthrough, you got all the hearts, all 20 hearts, so yeah, it's kind of not worth getting hit. There's all 3 through the lion's mouth. Blah. You know, I've read lions are actually too big to purr. They roar, they don't purr. Interesting little tidbit. You don't have to come this way. I am, because I can. And this is where we were before, when we were out here. Ta-da! Just to show you. And this is a dead end. And that, if you go right like that and you don't know, is why you need those extra 2 keys. Now this is pretty sneaky here too. There's the main entrance there from the lion's mouth. And earlier we walked up. There we go. You can kind of see it. We walked up and there was this area behind the fence after the fire room with Benuru or Pierre. And you couldn't get to it? Well, that's how you get to it. Isn't that sneaky? Sneaky SOBs. Sneaky, sneaky, sir. That's Mr. Deeds, the Adam Sandler film. I think it was Enrico the butler who was sneaking around. So that's one of the hidden keys you can get. None of the chests in here actually house keys. Diddly diddly dee. They house rupees and hearts and stupid things like that. But if you're a completist, you like opening every chest anyway, like me. Because I'm anal retentive. And I like to be a perfectionist. How about some arrows? I've already got max arrows, that's not. Now if I did this right, and I got all 8 keys, there we go. One last key for this door. You fish around for the second to last item. The last item is the arrows of light, and anytime you go back to the Temple of Time after you have all 7 medallions, you get that. It's this big, long hour-and-a-half cutscene. It's kind of boring, but whatever. Matter of fact, I guess we can go there now. I don't think I can warp within the confines of this, which is dumb because you can't use Nehru's Love, or Aurora's Wind. But let's see. Also, if you start your game, I mean, as an adult, every time you start your game, it starts you off, "You can't warp here, oh my god!" It's all in red, an exclamation point, it's all angry at me. I'm sorry, I didn't know. Okay, I knew, but I was confirming. Anytime you start a game, you start in the Temple of Time, so if you just save the game now and start over in the Temple of Time, you're subjected to that big long cutscene wherein Zelda gives you the light arrows. And I guess as soon as I get out of here, I'll go watch that. Finally, all of that deal. You run out into this bright white future, exiting to serenity.